Hey everyone, it's me, your girl, Icy, and today we are going to unbox the new Boo Original Creeproduction Robecca Steam. And I cannot tell you how hyped I am that they made repros of the Wave 4s. I also am going to unbox Venus, but as a short. And I'm going to unbox Rochelle, but as a long form, the same as I do for Robecca. And I also have her almost entirely complete um, to compare the Creepro to my original. I have to say my original has a few stains in her face that I don't get rid of for whatever reasons. But I have the entire outfit. And okay, well, her goggles are missing and she's not having the original earrings, but the rest I do have. I don't have the pet because I usually don't care about the pets of those characters, but we will compare her later to the original doll from the early 2010s. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you her. And I think we can go over the box first. So this is the box. This is her box. We have the classic basic boxes from 2012. The front has this coffin-shaped window cut out, and on the side it says Monster High, and on the bottom it says Rebecca Steam, daughter of a mad scientist. And on one side, we have the Monster High logo, and we have a little picture of Robecca and her pet. And on the back, we have a few things written on here. And it says basically, in the middle, next to a big picture of Robecca, it says age 116, pet Captain Penny is my mechanical penguin. Working wings are unnecessary when one is equipped with a rocket pack. Her favorite food, even though I do not require traditional food, I am fond of ginger tea. And her BFFs are Rochelle Goyle and Frankie Stein. And so, yeah, this is her box, obviously, and the other side is just striped, the same way as in the front. So yeah, let me quickly get her out of her box so that we can have a closer look on Robecca. Okay, I got her out of her box. And first of all, before we go over Robecca herself, we are going to go over her accessories first that she comes with. The first thing is her little pet, which is called Penny, Captain Penny. He is very detailed. I actually cannot compare him to his original because I don't have the original pet. I don't care about the pets usually, but yeah, he has a black jetpack and he has bolts everywhere on him. He has little green eyes. She, you know what I mean. And the pet is wearing this little cap because he can fly, obviously. Um, so yeah, that's the pet. Then we have Rebecca's diary, which has a different font, I believe, than her original diary, but I'm happy that it is included at all. So we have a lot of things to read. I usually don't read the diaries, so the diary will get its place alongside all the other diaries. And last but not least, she's having this black standard Monster High brush that I also not care about because I have a million other brushes as well. So there's that. Also, Robbecca comes with a purse that we are going to look at. And this is her purse. It is a blue purse with a clock on top of it. The clock is like, I think, 4 minutes after 8 p.m. And in the middle we have a little skull. The backside has all bolts and looks like it's bolted together. Also, it has a little dangly piece at the bottom. And as far as I know, yes, the bag is openable. I don't know what is supposed to fit in there, but that's the bag. But that's actually the first piece that we can compare to the original 2012 bag. And I don't know how well it translates onto camera, but on the newer bag, it's a vastly different blue. I'm going to take pictures so that you can see how different the blue shade actually is, because this is so much darker. Also, the numbers and the printing on the original one is a lot less visual, and you can see the numbers a lot more clear on the Creepro. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. It has the same dangly piece. It has the same backside. So, yeah, besides being more matte than its original counterpart, there is not a lot difference between the purses, but at least they are distinguishable because of the color. And I think next up we are going to have a look at Robbecca herself. Also, by the way, she comes with a stand, but she's standing on said stand, so that's why I cannot show it, but it's the standard black stand from Monster High. So I think we start with the face. I also bring here the original Robbecca. Give me a second. Okay, so now let's start the comparisons of the faces. Okay, so this is the reproduction Robbecca and this is the original Robbecca. So first thing that I immediately noticed is that if we have a even closer look at the original Robbecca, she is having very heavy liner. She's having very heavy eyeliner on the upper eye, as you can see here. And in direct comparison, the new Robbecca definitely has more open eyes. Her eyes look more awake. Again, if I put them directly next to each other, you can see that the Creepro does look more awake than the original one. And other than that, the makeup has the same color, the makeup has the same layout, the brows are looking pretty much the same as well. Again, my Robbecca, the original, has a few stain marks that I cannot get rid of. Yeah, the lip color, I don't know how well you can see it, but the lip color of both Robecca's are pretty much the same, but the original has a bit lighter of a tone than the Repro, because the Repro looks a bit darker, but this can also be due to age, that the original one has lighter lips. But in general, they look pretty much the same. The face molds look pretty much the same. Again, also the lips, but I think the Creeper lips look a bit more squished together, and the original look a bit more wider, but that's cute, in my opinion. The next thing that we can compare is Robbecca's hair. Well, I have to say I did boil wash the one of my original Robbecca, and I probably have to do it again because I can feel glossy pitch again. But yeah, that is no hindering of looking at Robecca's rooting of the hair, because as you can see up here, let me zoom out a bit. Yes, she's dusty, okay? I cannot do anything against it. It's dusty at my home, okay? So we have blue that goes over here, and we have blue that goes onto the right. And under that is black. So I kept her original style, but it's basically just entirely flat. The length of her hair is pretty much down is pretty much down to about to the end of her skirt. And in comparison, the Creepro Robbecca has, well, a lot shinier hair. If you compare it, especially the blue looks on the new one a lot more shiny. Both dolls have saran hair, which is great. And yeah, the Creeper Robbecca has her original wavy hair because it's literally out of box. But she's having a lot more black in her hair, and she's having longer hair, as you can see. If I pull at it, you can see her hair goes almost to her knee, whilst this is the full length of my original Robbecca's hair. So they gave the Robbecca a lot more hair in her creepro, and I think they gave her more black hair as well. Or in my original, I just did spread the blue a lot more apart. That could also be on me. But I think the repro has a lot more blue overall in her hair instead of the original. And yeah, obviously longer hair. The outfit looks pretty much the same. Maybe the printings are a bit more or a bit less detailed, or maybe it's just mine, because as you can see here, we have a pretty good and pretty sharp, especially printing of this middle part on the faux leather, whilst here we are having a lot more less detailed. It looks like they printed it too thick, and that's why a lot of the details are missing. Both dresses have this faux leather, and they also have this little faux leather jacket. The one of my originals starts to flake off, but that's always the same issue with this faux leather material. Over time, it just disintegrates, which is sad, but we can do nothing to prevent that. So that's just how things are, how things work with this material. Other than that, the dresses look pretty much the same. They have pretty much the same length. And also, this part right here is the exact same color. It's the exact same length. Maybe the Creepros ones is a bit more round than the original ones, but other than that, they look pretty much exactly the same to me. Yeah, another factor that I definitely want to show is the little device of Robbecca that she's wearing on her arm, because it looks pretty much darn the same. If you ask me, it looks and feels the same to me if I'm comparing them. But one thing I almost immediately noticed is Robbecca's hand, because I think the Creepro hands are a lot more bendy and a lot more rubbery. And as you can see, the skin tone in general is more shiny on the OG Robbecca than on the Repro Robbecca. And in my opinion, the hands look pretty much the same. Let me zoom on them. On them. Yeah, now you can definitely see that the original Robbecca has a lot more shine to her than the Repro. The Repro looks incredibly matte and not very shiny. And yeah, the hands definitely feel more bendy than the original ones. The original hands feel a lot harder. And I think there are more differences than only the hands. If we go a bit lower to Robbecca's knees, the Repro has the moving gears, just like her original counterpart. The gears move a lot better on the Repro than on my original one. But I think they fixed the knee issue because you could bend Robbecca's knee forwards because she's not having that stopper. But I'm already seeing here that she is having that stopper, and yes, I cannot bend her knee forward. So they fixed the issue of the, now you can see it really, really well, that the original does not have the stopper. So they fixed that issue. And while we are down here, we can also have a look at their shoes in comparison. And again, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show you it because on camera the shoes look pretty much about the same color. They are not. The Creepro shoes are a tiny bit darker and they look more shiny than from the original. I think now you can see pretty well. Also, you can see that the paint on the details is a lot darker on the original shoes than on the Creepro shoes. The Creepro shoes don't have as much paint, but that also can be due to what Robbecca I got, because I don't know how other Robbeccas look with the color on their shoes, but yeah, they very much did not paint in the black parts of the Creepro Robbecca's shoes. This one is the side with a bit more of coloring, while you can clearly see how well they painted the darker details on the OG Robbecca. So they definitely and sadly did cut costs on there. Other than that, the shoe mold is the exact same, because why should they do a different shoe mold when they have the original still there? I think that the definition of the mold itself is a bit more defined on the new shoes instead of the old ones, but that could just be my eyes. And yeah, again, I'm a bit disappointed that the paint is not as strong as on the original shoes. But since my Creepro is a lot more complete than my original, I think I'm simply just gonna switch the shoes on them. Yeah, again, my original has her original earring. My Creepro has the original earrings, and she also has the original goggles on. So yeah, basically, they have the same articulation. Well, the Creepro has not as good as a articulation in the head, because the head is a lot more stiff. I really have to put force on the head to make the head down, while on this Robbecca's head, the downwards goes a bit better. Even though she jumps up, she can do it better. I know that she's just a bit of a bitch right now. I am so sorry. But in general, they both look very much the same. Well, this Robbecca just looks a bit tinier because she has bent her knees like a maniac. Give me a second. Now she's standing upright again. So yeah, basically that was my entire comparison what I could compare and what I could not compare. So let me know what you think about the Robbecca Creepro, and what you like about her and what you don't like about her. Again, I am a bit disappointed that the Creepro does not have as much paint on the shoes than the original, but I love that they were pretty accurate on the face mold and the makeup and the color scheme overall. So, yeah, let me know what you think about her. I'm happy to discuss everything about the creepros and the originals in the comments. And when you're scrolling down to the comments, I would very much appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and if you would like this video, because it helps me out a lot and it shows me that you like what I do and that you want to see more. And yeah, I hope the next unboxing is going to be the Rochelle Goyle doll. I don't have another basic because I'm not the biggest fan of Rochelle, but more on that in the next video. So see you. Bye.